Hello, thank you for joining me today. My name is Michael Cross, and I'm going to be your next Attorney General for the state of Oregon. And our website is michaelcross4oregon.com. That's michaelcross, Oregon.com, or the number 4, Oregon.com. michaelcross4oregon.com. And I hope you'll support me now and get your vote in November of 2020. We really need to turn our state around. I want to talk about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. That's something that a lot of elected officials seem to forget. And it's actually the job of a good Attorney General to enforce. Actually, their oath of office actually means something. And a good Attorney General would enforce that. And if there's a problem, if they're not standing by their oath of office to protect and defend the Constitution to the best of their ability, then charges could be brought. So the Constitution and the Bill of Rights is actually a contract between we the people and our elected officials. We are a republic form of government, of course. And so these folks that we elect and move forward in governance of our state, it limits their power, okay? And that's very important because, if we don't limit their power, what are they going to do? And in fact, Kate Brown right now, we're going to talk about that later in another video, but she's gone off the rails, folks. I mean, she really has. And she's acting, honestly, more like a tyrant than an elected official with no regard for your will or my will or your business or your family or your safety if you happen to live in Portland. Very tragic what's going on there. But again, the Constitution is essentially a contract between we the people that holds our elected officials accountable. See, all rights are bestowed upon us by God. They're God-given rights. They're not given by the state. You see, in a Marxist government or a communist government, anything that you have comes from the state. And so you don't have a choice. We have innumerable freedoms in the United States of America and the state of Oregon. And the problem is that so many people have forgotten that, and we need to make sure that, these things are enforced. Because once we head down that slippery slope, folks, who knows where we're going to end up. The thing to realize and to understand is that, and the young people particularly, there's no need to tear down. I mean, it's bizarre to me because the very document that gives these folks freedom of speech, the right to demonstrate or protest, they want to tear that document up and start over with something fresh and defund the police. This makes absolutely no sense to me, and there's one of two options in there. Either it's insanity, because it is insane, or number two, they are part of some agenda or they are paid by some foreign government or whatever to cause problems in our state. And let's face it, China has been a problem lately. I mean, they were the cause of this virus, and they steal our technology constantly, our trade secrets, and, they would love to have, our wonderful country, our beautiful state. They would love to have it all. And I don't think it's far-fetched to say that they have a hand in these riots going on. And so the point is that there's no reason for these people to be burning down federal buildings or burning down private or public property. Either way, the elk statue that they defaced and had to be removed. Do you realize that statue was put in place when our state was only 50 years old? It's been in place for over 120 years, and they tore it down. This whole thing started, let's remember, about Black Lives Matter. And I do agree with that. Black lives do matter. All lives do matter, no matter, who you are, what your color is. And trying to separate that, I believe, is a form of racism. Because I don't see any separation. I see you as a person. And as a person, you are bestowed upon by God the rights that are in our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. And so any message, any legitimate, genuine message that was there in the beginning is now lost and gone amidst the rioting, the Molotov cocktails, the assaults, the murdering of people. I mean, this is insanity, folks, and it needs to stop. And we need to protect our country. We need to protect our state. We need to protect our monuments. We need to protect our courthouses. And we need to protect Oregon. And this insanity must stop. When you are afraid to leave your home, that's a problem. That's oppression. That's fascism, okay? And what about those people's rights? The ones that are afraid to leave their home. They're taxpayers. They pay taxes. And what about the businesses that their commerce is being interrupted because of this nonsense going on in Portland? What about those folks? What about their families that they're trying to provide for and maintain? Their house payments they're trying to make, or their rent payments they're trying to make. What about all of that? So all of this matters, and a good attorney general would be holding these people accountable, and I don't care if they're Ted Wheeler, the janitor at the Capitol, or the governor at the Capitol. They are held accountable, and that, my friends, is the role and the job of a good attorney general. And the current attorney general, she's rubber stamping everything that the governor does. And she was appointed by Kitzhaber, who we all know was forced to leave office in disgrace. You know, if you think about it, the top three positions in Oregon were either attained by succession or appointment. You and I didn't vote these folks in initially. And that's not a good situation, okay? Then we're slipping away from our representative form of government, are we not? Because we didn't vote them there, somebody else put them there. And I'm talking about Kate Brown. She was Secretary of State, and she was appointed by now disgraced former Governor Kitzhaber, okay? It's just not a good situation. Again, the website is michaelcrossfororegon.com. And I can assure you that electing me to be your next Attorney General, I will clean up Oregon, and I will hold these elected officials accountable. And guess what, folks? We're going to get our state back, and we're going to get good people elected into these offices like they should be, not appointed by corrupt politicians like has been the past in recent history of Oregon. Very tragic. I ask for your support. Thank you so much. michaelcrossfororegon.com.